Afternoon, everyone. I hope you're well. Hope you can all hear me okay and there's no dramas. Yeah, reaction time. Fuck it, why not? We'll see what happens today. We'll go over a few little bits and pieces. Let's keep it super simple. But yeah, we'll go through a few bits and pieces. But on the screen, you can see what the previous was. I'll talk about what's kind of in the mix of what we're looking at. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to put my camera on as well. Bear with me. Way, hello. Might as well. Why not? Make use of it. So yeah, we'll go from there. So for some people, if you're new around here, feel free to like the stream. Be nice. Subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. You know, I'm not going to do the moon boys. Fuck that. But anyways, right. So in terms of the data, that's what we're looking at on the screen. Okay. You can see very, very clearly why July printed pretty significantly lower. There's quite a few of them. You can see them there. So oil, basically energy prices dropping in America. You had energy commodities such as gasoline and fuel oil, which was the brunt of it. This is why we kind of, let's be fair here, drop, you know. And it depends on how much these have dropped again. However, there's a few things that will be up. For example, food most likely be up versus what it has been. I know that gasoline is down, and I know that a few things are already down as well, such as used cars. So we'll see. My personal belief is we will print lower, but we'll go from there. But other than that, we'll see how things go. People complain about my microphone again. I think you lot do it to take the piss, because my microphone doesn't change from video to live to video ever, and everyone moans about it. I don't know why. But anyways, right? In reality, this is what we're looking at. The US market is very, very different compared to Europe. Europe is pretty bad in terms of this sector here, in terms of energy. All this kind of stuff for Europe is like horrendous, right? But we'll see what we're going to get. The main things we're looking for today is obviously inflation rate to drop a little bit, but it may not drop as much as this. I think this was an absolute massive result, and I think the Fed, let's be fair, want at least 4 or 5 in a row. I don't think they're going to get that personally, especially when you go into Q4. If energy prices in the US start to increase, it's going to be much harder to kind of combat. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. Either way, core. This is probably the main one. The average of all this is probably the main one. This is expecting to be staying the same, okay? So the previous was 5.9, the forecast in 5.9. This is essentially, you know, the whole rate of everything. So a basket of goods, which actually excludes food and certain fuel costs. So this is the main one we need to look out for. So this is all the other stuff that kind of doesn't impact the volatility. But we'll see how things go. Weekly bearish divergence on the don't do technical analysis on the dollar. It doesn't work. It's pointless. If you understand how the dollar works, this is just a data metric. Don't do technicals on it, because you're comparing 30 different countries and 5 different currency pairs, which gives you this figure. There's no technical analysis on it at all. So if you see like a doji candle or a, you know, essentially certain situations such as a divergence, or put like a market cipher indicator on it, it's just data. You know, it's just giving you candles of where it's going in strength versus so many different things. It's just an index fund, right? Don't worry about it. Anyways, can you speak in English? Try to. I only speak in Northern English sort of situations. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Today I'm expecting it to go down lower, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah, if you take any divergence from the past year, it does work, because that's past data, that's backtesting. You know, you can make a perfect strategy of backtesting, but forward testing, it doesn't work. But why would you forward test? We're seeing what happened with Luna Terra. They backtested a formula of a algorithmic stablecoin, which worked in the past, didn't work in the future though, did it? So you got to look at that. I wouldn't do technical analysis on the dollar. I would just look at the overall trend. If the trend is your friend, go for it. But right now, when we look at the dollar, that is still an uptrend. It's still There's no confirmation that we're going to change trend yet. We're still bullish, you know, even on the weekly time frame, it's still hella bullish. You know, you wouldn't want to bet against the dollar until you got a confirmation. It has to go that way. Right now, it's not. And the only reason why it is going down, if you're talking fundamentals only, confidence in the UK, the pound has increased, the yen has also bounced, and Europe's bounced as well. So that's the only reason why. The king has ordered BTC to go to new low. That'd be nice. I don't think it will though for a while. I think Bitcoin's going to stay relatively lullish for a while. I've just got a feeling when we look at Bitcoin, I know we're going to go through a few things here, but it feels like we're going to be stuck in this kind of range for a while, maybe between 18 to 25k, maybe for a while. We'll see, but this is a good impulse. We needed this move. I was happy that that happened, thankfully, but we'll see how things go. But for me, fundamental wise, I think it depends on the S&P. It depends on all this, and we'll go to the Martini time frame soon, just for a bit of shit and giggles. But realistically, I think we are going to get a reaction today, because I think whatever data comes out today, for anyone that's wondering, we have the interest rate hike on the 21st, so the following week. If it's good data, they probably are going to remain on the 75 base points. If it's bad data, they're probably going to try and stretch it out longer and see how many rate hikes they can do, because they need to get this inflation down. They're still targeting 2%, which is ridiculous in my opinion, but we'll see. ECB have finally started raising interest rates. Yeah, I think a lot of people got confidence from that. I think a lot of people were looking to pull their money out of Europe if they weren't going to actually start tackling it, because they didn't want to float in cash really. Because if you've got it in euro and it was going, well, it was below $1, like parity wise, it was looking horrendous. But we'll see how things go. But yeah, the dollar could be short term correcting. It could be short term this. You know, I wouldn't just bet against it just yet. The S&P 500 is looking relatively strong at the moment on the hourly and the last few days. But this could be just a relief rally into data. If the data is crap, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how things change. Could happen, but we'll see. But I mentioned it before on my Twitter. It could be a heaven and hell sort of situation where we're going up for a bit and then we might just go bang. We'll see. What do people think then? Question-wise, all that kind of good stuff. The numbers are out in 8 minutes. Personally, I think we're going to be 8.2, I think. Roughly around there. So the previous data was not even on that one, is it? If we're looking at the main one, it was 8.5, maybe 8.2, 8.3. But I think a lot of people are expecting a lot lower than that. I don't know. I think people are looking at those forecasts and thinking 8.1, maybe 7.9, maybe 7.8 if it's going off like the previous ones. But if the core rate rises and this goes down, that's interesting, because it's basically telling us that the energy prices and the used car market and stuff's the main driver of this. Therefore, if this carries on going up, the core one, which doesn't include the volatility stuff and some of the fuel stuff and the energy stuff, that could be an issue. So we'll see how thing it is. We'll go from there, but we'll figure it all out anyways, either way. I'm going to turn my microphone up again. There you go, I've turned it up a little bit more. Numbers are out in 6-7 minutes or so. Not long. And we'll see a reaction. I think we're going to see a reaction from this very, very soon, actually. We'll stick to the 5-minute time frame. I don't want to go too mental. I won't be able to keep up with it. I think 5-minute time frame would be pretty good. Some of these you don't really need to look at, to be fair. Essentially this one, just the yield rates, which are dropping actually, which is interesting. But yeah, we'll go from there. We'll have a little laugh and a joke and we'll go from there. Are we in denial phase? I don't know, actually. I think the stock market is in a bit of a, what is it? I think they're complacent at the minute, personally, but that's my personal thoughts. Used cars, why is that a thing? Used cars was massively up. It's one of the main things that drove up the prices. So in the UK, it happened where a lot of cars were worth double the amount. Same in America. And it's just one of those things. It's just what you're spending your money on, really. It's one of the main factors. Do you think the Fed will pivot until the elections or the midterms? No, probably not. I don't think it's worth it. Short term, it's only 2 months away, if that. I think it is just 2 months away. Uh, I think Bitcoin will pump if it is low. I think Bitcoin's telling us a story right now. You can see here in the dominance chart of Tether, we're dropping significantly. We have been. We all know that the relationship, if this goes down, Bitcoin tends to go up. The big thing with Bitcoin is the obvious. Altcoins are not pumping as hard as were because of the Bitcoin dominance. If you look at the BTC dominance, we're doing this, we're rising. So a lot of altcoins are like taking a little bit of pain behind the scenes. If Bitcoin dumps today and does a USD drop, it will hurt. It'll hurt a lot of altcoins. So you need to be very, very mindful of that. But if this carries on going up, it makes life a little bit more interesting anyways. What else have we got? We've got quite a lot of questions here. Good to see. Should do more lives, to be fair. Just a bit lazy, really. A lot of people wanting a dump, but I think there'll be massive volatility. I don't think trading's a good option today. I think it's going to be a bit mental. We've already seen a bit of volatility now. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, God, it's gone. Zero! What happened there? Jesus, that was a fucking hell. We've just lost 400 and a bit dollars in 1 second. What stocks should you be buying? It depends where you're from. I focus now on UK stocks. I only buy dividend-paying stocks. I don't buy any speculative ones. This is my speculation game, the crypto market essentially mainly. But we'll see what the data brings us very, very soon. There's no updates just yet, but I think the market is getting ready for something because that was a bit of a dump. Like, look at that. That's mental on the 5-minute time frame. This is why you don't trade on the... Yeah, well, obviously you can trade. If you're a swing trader, you wouldn't be really touched by that if you got in early enough. But if you were like, Martini guy type, fucking 3-minute time frame, bullish on everything, bearish on everything, and you're getting absolutely caught out in the emotions of it, you'll get destroyed in a high leverage market. The thing with Q4 is it depends on the lag. I mean, I think Q4 will be critical for the entire market. Europe's going to look bad anyways for Q4 with the energy life. But if the supply and the demand issues head over to America and that then slows down production, you may well find a lot of interest there. So that could be fun. I am on the futures markets, by the way, on these two. So it may be a little bit weird. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Actually, I might change one of these. Bear with me. I might put this to... Actually, there's no point because it's not going to be open either. I'll just leave it as it is. But yeah, that is the futures market. So they'll be a bit mad. Goodness me, look at that for a candle. All right, Bitcoin, steady on. So we'll see what the dollar does. I think the dollar will be the interesting one. I think we might get a reaction here. This may well shoot up. May well shoot up if it is decent data. We'll see. 2 minutes anyways. But yeah, if you're new to the stream, feel free to leave a like and a share or whatever. I don't do many of these. I don't tend to do many videos these days. I like to have a bit of a chill out. I think the bull market's kind of killed me a little bit and it's taken its toll. I'm going on holiday this week though, to be fair. Getting well-earned rest because you lot are killing me. Joking. Kill myself really, I work too much. BTC dominance, do you think it'll ever go back to 60? No, not anymore. The stable coins are too high. This basically is too big. So this is already a big chunk of the market. When this is really, when the market's really dumping, it looks horrendous. This goes to like 17%. So that's a big chunk of it. Obviously, if you're looking at the stable currencies, the top 10 is littered with stablecoins. There's 3 of them. So that's the main reason why it's never going to go up there. But the trend metric still works in the exact same way. Right, data time very, very soon. The market will probably tell us where it's going to go first, I think, before we actually know. There'll be a leak somewhere, won't there? I reckon a lot of people hunting volatility will be around today. The dollar's starting to go up. That's interesting. That is starting to turn. Ooh. Yeah, can you see how these are mirror images? If you want to trade Bitcoin, utilize this chart too. Top tip. Free tip for you. Isn't the UK paying 150 billion to freeze? Yes, they're putting a cap on it, which is why the UK, in terms of inflation, is going to be a lot slower, I think, in terms of getting it down. We'll see how it goes. Ooh, getting close now. It's always fun to do these because the market does genuinely react. Oh, hello. There goes Bitcoin. We've got the data out. I think we have. Oh, hello. There goes the dollar. Oh, fuck me. Oh, dear. Who's been wrecked? Oh, fuck me. Oh, well, this is fun, boys and girls. I'm not. What's the data? 8.3. Is it 8.3? Fuck me sideways. So this is why you don't trade, boys and girls, on certain situations. This is why I do a live reaction, because it's quite fun. What's happening? 8.3. That is pretty bad data. I mean, yes, it's an improvement slightly. Is it an improvement? What was it last time? No, 8.5 last time. 8.1 was forecasted. That, yeah, I was expecting at least get towards 8% because fucking wow, look at the state of that. Hey, all fun and games, isn't it? The yield has gone up massively on that, which I kind of was expecting if that was going to go up. If it was the opposite, it would have been different. These haven't really moved yet. Today's trading in an hour is going to be very, very interesting, but Bitcoin has not liked that at all, has it? Yeah, this is why. What's the core price? Let's have a little look. Refreshy. This is where all the websites are broken because everyone's like, look in. So the big problem we've got is, yeah, those websites are not working. Have we got new data on here? Yes. Here we go. So the new data, as expected, the energy prices in terms of gasoline was horrendous, but in terms of some other stuff, medical care services doubled, shelter services doubled. What else has went up? Used cars and trucks didn't fall as much, so this is one of the big factors of it last time as well. New vehicles have gone up in price. There's quite a lot of metrics that have gone up in price. Electricity went from minus 3.6. Oh, no, is that electricity? No, sorry. Gas services, 3.6 to plus 3.5. That's massive. A little bit of a change in electricity. And obviously this one as well, fuel prices. So obviously 11 last time and only 5.9. But we're going into Christmas time. We're going into the holiday period where this may actually increase as well. Gasoline obviously dropped quite a bit. So that could be another thing that could go up in price. But yeah, there's quite a few little metrics that have really changed realistically. But that's a real bad bit of data. Oh, I told you these websites would break. Sod's law. But hey ho. Cool. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. What's happening with the market? Oh, Martini Guy and Moonboy and whoever else is these days are getting absolutely destroyed. Either way, that could recover pretty quickly. That could be a recovery in a candle, to be fair. That's only the 5-minute time frame. So we'll see. Core 6.3. The website that I'm using is fucking broken. Are you on about this one here? This is just the US Bureau of Statistics. There we go. So I've basically given you all the information. That's basically the entire thing, most of it. That's a main consumer price index. So this isn't the core one. This is the main one. The core one takes away quite a lot of the random stuff. Yeah, that's totally died. That website's broken completely. Whoopsie. Never mind. However, Bitcoin's dumped. Thing is, this is why like foreign exchange traders do well because they understand the news and this is how they can trade off it. And like it is starting to slowly come into crypto. You can see it. Like to understand the fundamentals of trading, you need to stay away from days like this. And certainly when it is the base point rate as well on the 21st, that could also be interesting. I think 75 base points will not be celebrated like last time because this data hasn't been great. It means that there's probably a little bit more pain to come. But an hour's time, or just under an hour now, we have this to open properly. We'll see what the stocks do. But this is starting to slowly recover, we'll see. But the fact that the dollar has gone up so much is mad. Let's have a look at the hour time frame. I mean, look at that. That is madness. Even the hour, like on Bitcoin, yeah, it's still in a bit of an uptrend. You can argue that. But the fact that it was all the way up here, pre-announcement, and it dropped. What did it drop? Nearly a 6% drop. It's quite a big, sizable chunk when you consider the fact of it, what it is in terms of Bitcoin. But yeah, there we go. Looking quite good, to be fair, providing the website's back up and running. Maybe not use that website next time. Shit servers. I blame you lot. But no, interesting data. Very interesting data. The one that's the big one for me is the fact that electricity went down so much in July and then it's went right back up in not electricity, sorry. This one here, gas, utility piped gas services. So there's still something there. Interesting. Look at that dollar. It's madness. Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? You've got to put this chart in manually. So you use these little things here, and then you press a little plus button, and then you add another chart to it. Winner, winner. And then when you add it on, it does it as a formula. It works pretty well. If you use them plus buttons, by the way, you got to use the plus buttons. It doesn't really matter though. You can do it with like the Tether. It still looks the exact same. It's just the metrics of the percentages are different. I use the top three. I don't think you can get Binance USD, which is a bit random, so I've got DAI in there instead, to be fair. But no, all the economic calendar, let's get another one, because that one's totally broken. Go away, thank you. What we got? So yeah, there's all the data there. Lovely stuff. So 6.3 is mental. 8.3, it is disappointing in terms of, yes, obviously it is lower by a little bit, but I said that last week. I said if it was going to be, say, 8.5, it would be really, really bad, but I think they were expecting a lot lower. I was expecting at least 8.1 or 8 at least. I had a feeling, but the dollar's back at 109 now. Wow. From 107 to 109 in a matter of minutes. Yeah, Bitcoin doesn't look like it's going to recover anytime soon, does it? I may be wrong, though. I may be wrong, so don't take that with a pinch of salt. But the yields have just created a brand new high, 10-year yield. Basically, if this goes up, it's not great for borrowing, basically. So less money will be going to the market. But hey ho, anyways, anyone got any more questions, or I may just leave early or whatever, depending on what things happen. If you do like these sort of streams, let me know. Leave a like and whatnot. I do think people like it. That was a really good reaction, though, to be fair. I probably will laugh at that later on when I look back, thinking what the fuck just happened. The mental side of it is right now the fact that the futures market is currently going up in the S&P. It is the futures, though. It isn't open properly yet. So take that with a big, massive pinch of salt. However, we'll see what happens, because this could be going into a certain region where it may well just drop if we're looking at the fact of like a bit of volatility. We'll see how things go. But that being said, a strong dollar can be quite good for the stock market. That's mental, by the way. Volatility bounce or what? Don't know. Futures are early. It's probably just volatility. Probably just people looking to take advantage of certain moves before the market really does open. Fuck me. That doesn't look great, does it? It's early, though. It is very early. I think the US market will be the interesting one. I think we need to wait for that in terms of what could be happening. Because it's just randomly just died now. Spiked down. So we'll see what happens. But the dollar is still rising. You can see the DXY, it's still massively rising. Obviously, Bitcoin's still dropping. So there's still a lot of volatility in the market. I would not be looking at trading this. It's not my style anyways. I'm a swing trader, not a day trader. The VIX has not moved at all. The VIX won't be fully functional, will it? It's pre-market. If this goes up, could be interesting. that is where you're going to start feeling a bit of pain. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm pleased with the result. I personally wanted to go up higher to get a bit of relief. I want to get some orders sold from previous buy orders, but at the same time, we just got to take what the market gives us. But this is a celebration for the Bears at the moment. I think the late bulls are getting slaughtered, and I mentioned that like a few days ago. It's like it's too late to long, but too early to short. We need to wait and see what's happening. But if we get a solid bounce to the upside, you may well find a lot of people short this. What has happened? Mum, help! It's falling. That's dropped a bit, hasn't it? Oh well. Oh dear. What the? Well, this is good entertainment. We're just watching candles dropping left, right, and centre like a roller coaster. Wow. Well, there's the reaction. I do not think, I don't know about you guys, don't think the market liked it. Just a little hunch there. Well, this is why we do these reaction videos, just for the shits and giggles. We are laughing at other people's expenses while we're watching this, kind of. Yeah, we've lost a bit of money if you were holding some crypto, but hey ho. But people trading this, hold on. How low's that gone? Fuck me. That is pretty bad. That's a 3% futures drop in a matter of 5-minute candle. Hold on, I need to go to a bigger time frame here because I can't fit it on my fucking screen. 15-minute. Bosh. Dollar is flying. Bitcoin is meh. And the futures market has totally just crumbled on us. Massively crumbled on us. That is pretty mental. But no, yeah, volatility trading is going to be pretty mental today, I think. Please dump more, please dump more. The Nasdaq isn't open yet. That's why I'm using futures. It's shut until 50 minutes time. People are going to be going to their desks today, or commuting to work, or commuting to Wall Street, thinking, "Oh, be quite a good day today," and then they look at the phone, going, "Oh no, I've just lost billions on a fund again." To be fair though, I was listening to Bloomberg before it started, and they were echoing a bit of caution that this could be a bear market rally, and it could just be a total sell off if it isn't great numbers, and it hasn't been great numbers. And the element to it is the data is key for long term, anyways. Long term, short term, obviously play the game and try and make some money, but I want to see if has anything gone down low enough to get excited about some stink bids yet? Not yet. But saying that though, looking at the altcoin market, like the big thing that we've got to look at is the fact that this has gone up. So a lot of satoshis will be pretty shitty at the minute, but some do look pretty bad at the minute. Like obviously looking at Ethereum where it has been, we're looking at the daily time frame here. Yeah, a couple of days ago it was a lot lower, but this is an obvious lower high. I was mentioning this yesterday on my Patreon, like a potential short could be pretty nice here. I'll put it on my YouTube video as well, to be fair. Looking at this situation where this is obviously rejection. What if we are going to go down to these levels? What about if this is the thing that breaks the camel's back? We've got the merge on Thursday. We'll see. Could be fun. Ignore TA on the dollar. Don't do any TA on it. It's literally just candles. It's so many different metrics. So you can trade via it and use it as a metric tool. So if you're trading certain not cryptocurrencies, if you're trading certain forex pairs, if you're looking at the overall trend bias, long on dollar, short on whatever pair, you can do that. But don't be looking at divergences and stuff because it looks great in the back testing, but in real life data, you're going against 20, is it 26 different countries, 5 different currency pairs, plus data like this. Strength of America, the weakness of the weakness of other pairs. It's a huge thing. Bitcoin doesn't look good, does it? Can someone throw a life raft? It needs it. FTX crashing as usual. FTX is the 2022 BitMEX. That's what it is. BitMEX was the same. Any days like this, it would just crumble. If anyone's been here long enough to play on BitMEX, will know what I'm talking about. So where do we go from here then? So long-term analysis-wise, let's have a look at some higher time frames. Bitcoin. We've got to get levels of demand, haven't we? Simple as that. We've had an impulse. We've broken structure. We've got to get some levels of demand somewhere. Simple. If there's no demand, it's going to create a brand new low, and it's going to get really ugly in terms of the grand scheme of things. This could be a very, very shit pattern that could go lower. But that being said, we should be finding demand here. This is where we should be. I know what you can't see it. Bear with me. There you go. We should be finding demand at these levels here. So when we're looking at the overall bias of the market right now, Bitcoin has to hold and get and stay above this region, personally. If it doesn't, boom. If it goes lower, for obvious reasons, we're going to look at the obvious in terms of let's flip it upside down and let's look at the entire structure. Oh, fuck me, it has hit that low. God, hold on a minute. Let's do live TA. Whoop-de-doo. It's good when you do this live. So when we're looking at this, we've hit the 618. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. If this is the continuation pattern and this is the rejection and the relief rally into this region, into a level of basically supply and selling off and distribution into that situation of wealth, if we are going to carry on puke, 16k is an extension level. Obviously 18k is another retest level from this region, which is where we've been a few times. You know, okay, interesting. Do I do this and just show you where the other levels are? Oh, there you go, 10k. So that's a situation where we could be at if this is a new low, if the data is going to be shit and continue being shit. But as I said before, Bitcoin has a few levels it has to hold. One is obviously here, and obviously one just above there, which I highlighted before. So you got to be careful. Would I buy Bitcoin at these sort of regions? If we went to 16k, I probably would be starting to get pretty turned on by it. But that's because my altcoins will be getting hit as well. So there you go. There's Bitcoin as a simple longer term kind of look at it. In terms of the futures market, just to kind of show you this as well, like if I zoom out enough, you'll probably see it. Oh, hello. This impulse, we pulled back from this point, went up to 618. We have created another lower high here in terms of this structure. We've obviously created a higher low as well. However, if this is a rejection, we continue going down, we may well retest these lows here. I personally think we're going to go much lower than this. I think we're going to go down to 3,000. Ooh, rough. But that's because I think earning calls are going to be really shit, I think, in Q4 and into Q1. Is this website back up and running now? That website totally died, didn't it? Oops. But yeah, all is good. That dollar, what a bounce, by the way. If that carries on going north, people are going to be so pissed off. But yeah, I'm glad people are liking these. You can use divergences for any crypto coin. I wouldn't use it for an index. I wouldn't use it for certain situations. I'd use it for like the S&P briefly, but you got to remember that's 509 different stocks. I wouldn't use it for the likes of the dollar because there's too much extra fluff that you got to worry about, and it's like you're banking on a divergence on something of data when in reality you got to look elsewhere. If you know that Europe or whatever's going to bounce, you could probably play the game, but there's no real point. What will the bulls say now? They'll probably go quiet, to be fair. They usually do. Bears are way better than bulls. I know I'm naturally kind of more bearish than bullish, but I play better as a bear. I find short on the market much easier than going long. Don't know why. I'm a bit of an idiot like that. So let's see if this demand level remains. So this whole area where we are right now should be Bitcoin levels of demand. It should be, in theory. It doesn't seem to be at the moment, but it's very, very early. But my biggest situation right now is the fact that the NASDAQ has just dropped how many points? 500 points, give or take. So it literally topped out at nearly 13,000 points. Now we're at 12,510, give or take. That's really bad. That's terrible. I wonder if any of my buy orders are going to hit soon. If we're creating new low in Bitcoin, I'm pretty convinced they're going to start hitting because they came very close. One of them just mentioned it there, Glimmer. One of my orders is, my order missed by 3 cents or something like that. I can't remember. But I like Glimmer. I think it's going to be all right. I just think it needs to be built properly. It's early days. A lot of VCs, a lot of capital distribution via the crowd loans. It's going to get battered for a while because of that. Let it all get shaken out and then start looking at buying if you're interested in it. When you're short, what is your max drawdown? So I only do a 2 to 3x, and I only use, on a maximum good, solid setup, 3% of my account. That's it. Nice and simple. I'm a swing trader. I don't trade for wealth. I trade for fun. Like, it just tops up the account and I then sell it later on. So I use the Binance, not the Binance, sorry. I use the Bybit based currencies. So I dollar cost average into them as investment and I trade with it to accumulate units. And at the top side of a bull market, I'll just go, haha, thanks for the cash. Whatever units I collected during it, I'm happy with it. So I'll just do it that way. It's easier. I've no idea what Sora is. I've briefly looked at it, but nothing solid. Is a return for these candles possible? Don't know. We'll see. Nia or AVAX? I would say Nia Protocol personally. I think AVAX is good, but I think Nia Protocol's a little bit different, and it's also got, when we look at it as well in terms of risk reward, Nia Protocol's got a little bit better risk reward versus it. Obviously, granted, there is different token supplies and metrics, but you know, I like Nia more than Avalanche. However, Avalanche has dropped a lot more since the bull market, so that's a different perception as well. I think they're both pretty solid in terms of what they are, but this has had a little bit of self-imploding recently, so make sure you check the news and stuff. So there we go. Oh, let's website back up. So in terms of the data points here of the core, what went wrong? So the core consumer prices has changed and gone up quite a lot. Obviously, what else? Yeah, down a little bit, not much. Inflation rate month on month 10, obviously, and yeah, there's just a little bit. Mainly, I think mainly the consumer prices. So all this sort of shit here, that's kind of been the main factor for why that changed. So food inflation, pretty big. Housing utilities, pretty big too. What else has changed? There's just a few little bits and pieces that have just gone up, and I don't think they were expecting to go up as much. Interesting. Yeah, Bitcoin looks a bit shit, doesn't it? ETC. People still buy ETC. Don't buy that. Seriously. Veracity shit. Sorry, it is. It's shit. It's awful. I don't get the hype around it at all. I don't get it. I just don't. It's been shilled by page hillers, so that's probably why it's got such a... Yeah, I won't say anything else. Polkadot, I think, is a good buy. I think anything below $8 is probably a decent buy considering where it's been and the staking rewards on offer. You still get 14% staking rewards, which is pretty good in the bear market, personally. But that's my personal thoughts on it. Like, I'm really happy to accumulate. I've got some orders in very well. I wouldn't say very close, but from $6 below, I've got quite a lot of orders in. I'm just waiting. I'm already holding dots. So I'm quite happy. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. Your view on the crypto market is very similar to mine. You're always very fair and not promoting any shitcoin and always tell. The thing is, you get nothing from lying, do you? Like, I'm literally showing you a chart and I'll be like, why would I want to tell you the wrong thing? Because one, if it's wrong, you're not going to like it. Two, if it's right and I give you the wrong information, it's just going to hype people up as well. It doesn't make sense. Like, we're dealing with facts and figures here. We're dealing with actual data as well. And yeah, technical analysis, it's all a game of probability. But I'd rather be on the right side of the coin than the wrong side. Like, I've said this before on a lot of videos, and people laugh at this. A lot of people and influencers could have easily saved a lot of hardship by basically putting a moving average on their chart and basically telling people, don't buy now, just wait. But they didn't. They was like, oh, look, 10, 20, 55 coins you can buy for like this. It's like, Why? So that's why I've not been buying. And people get pissed off because they think it's all, literally full metal jacket all the time. They think it's mental, but it's not. Like, there's times where you should not be investing. There's times where you should be. Right now, well, since like literally since December, the time to not invest has kind of been that situation, which is what I've been saying. And people find it boring. It's like, oh, it's boring, I'm not doing anything. Well, I've got a load of cash I can sit and put in the market at some point, whenever the time's right. It's getting to that time of a right market where we've consolidated for a while and you can feel a lot safer by just trickling money in, really. But we'll see. Yeah, we are still melting, aren't we? It's not looking great. Not looking great, boys and girls. Oh. We'll spare a thought for our little fellow bulls that have literally been hurting there in the fields of combat, because some people will be hurting today. Oh well. So this is my original TA here. This is the demand level. Didn't think we'd get there in a matter of a couple of hours, but we have. RSI getting hammered, kind of expected. It's a low cap coin. Quite a lot of coins will be getting hammered, to be fair, right now. The main thing as well, the dominance of BTC rising over the last few days is one of the biggest factors of why the dominance will be, a factor in this in terms of why they've fallen so much. I'm a bear market newbie. I think I have my emotions under control. The biggest thing with a bear market is you don't know when the bottom is, and also you don't know how long an accumulation is going to be. So this is why I keep saying to people, like, if it's low and you're happy to do it, just slowly just put money in. Even if you're like allocating so much money over a period of time, have a plan for it. Like, if you're thinking 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, whatever, and you're going to plonk a bit of money into the market, just do it slowly. So many people go, oh, I'll put 10 grand in, boom. And it's like the market drops 25%. You're like, oh, fuck, shit. And then they start chasing it and they start selling high to rebuy back low. And then it carries on going up and they get completely caught out. It's a mental situation. To me, with crypto, in terms of seeing the bigger picture, is majority of them are shit. Like, most coin, like, I only really put some assets that I think will survive at least a year or two in my watch list. Like, I don't like when we see people like promoting certain coins all the time. It's like every day there's a shill, isn't there? Like on certain accounts, like most of them don't survive because they're in inboxes. Anything. This is oh, that's sad. But this is why I openly say on Twitter, don't do this because of that. And people are like, why though? Because they're only getting paid for it and they only need liquidity to get on exchange. That's the main reason why they do paid influencer marketing. They need the volume. They need to show parameters to get on an exchange like Qcoin, like Binance, etc., which will obviously grow the project. So yeah, a little bit of a secret there, but that's just kind of how it is. And people are just like, why are you not buying into it? Well, why would I want to? Inbox coins, literally, yeah. It's the same with what is it? All these events that happen, everyone that's on them stages, and I know this because I've been offered it so many times, you have to pay for that. You have to pay for that spotlight on the stage. It's like, I'm not giving you money for me to go and stand on a stage. Fuck off, no chance. Doesn't make any sense. But hey, I'm just whinging now. What else have we got questions-wise before I bugger off? Any views on HNT? I don't know. I've not looked at that for a long time. Is that helium? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's only a 600 and... Yeah. This looked really promising a long time ago, but I don't know how good it is now because I've not looked at it for about six months to a year. But yeah, like this all-time high was massive, wasn't it? Hold on, how far has it gone down? 55 point... Oof. Fair value-wise, you're probably looking at a good value at $3 if you think it's going to carry on going up. It's all about risk reward. It really is. Like, if you can get as far away from all-time high as possible without being an idiot and without trying to capture the absolute bottom, you'll be all right. What other questions have we got? I follow Martini guy. He shields coins, but I'm smart to take profits. Some people aren't smart to take profits because they'll say certain buzzwords that it means it's going to go higher. Like, I'm really interested in a few projects, but at the same time, whether they do like a 5x or a 10x, it's whatever. But some people are like, oh, it'll do 100x. Okay. But people forget that size makes money. Like if you've got decent size, you don't have to go for those 20, 50, 100x coins. You can go for like the easy, in my opinion, the easy 3 to 5x's and just keep growing. Like if Ethereum, for example, goes to a certain price level low enough, it's always going to be better as reward anyways, even if it goes up to $2,000, even if it goes up to $3,000 again. You've got to think like that, and you've got to think the obvious. Like the more money you can put in at the lows, the more money you're going to make anyways, right? Whereas most people's reverse psychology is the opposite. It's like, oh, it's doing well, I must buy it. So you miss the $500 potential level where it's like really obvious dollar cost average and it's been there for a long, long time. And then you're like, yeah, cool. But they'll only buy it $2,000 because they want to make money. Then it's like, well, you're only going to make a 2x if that. Yeah, don't be greedy. I've been greedy before, that's why. I've been burnt. 2017, 2018, I've been set on fire, don't worry. That's why. People don't see that though. How's RSR doing these days? Mainnet coming out soon. I think it's still going through the, what do you call it, the audience stage. I think RSR has got a bit of a love story going on here, potentially. If inflation's still rocketing, it could be a little bit of an entry for RSR to get some sort of good marketing out there. We'll see, but it's very, very early days yet. What just happened here? Yeah, this has happened. We're on the 15-minute time frame. We've been going all the way up now. What is Scallop, by the way? Never heard of it. So I have no idea if it's a good project or not. The problem is, and I've said this loads of times, there's too many projects at the minute. This is why I think there's a shakeout coming. I think there's too many new things coming. There's so many random coins that are getting invented out of nothing and thin air. But we'll see how things go in the grand scheme of things longer term. I've no idea what CKV is. Is it Nervos? It's Nervos or something. I've not really looked into it, to be fair. Cardano, I don't understand what the hate for Cardano. If Cardano goes below 20 cents, you should probably, look at that and think that's not a bad little opportunity, because Cardano has a really good community. It's got a solid team behind it, and it's got a really passionate leader. It's like 3 good things that you kind of want from any coin. It's also been around a long time. It's also generated a lot of like pumps essentially due to certain situations. So, if Cardano, I've already said this, I've got this underlined on my little plan. Like if Cardano goes to a certain level, I'll buy some. Like I've already got a little bit on my Bybit account just for like a bit of fun, but I will buy some if it goes low enough, because I just think it's like it's I wouldn't say a guaranteed money maker, but it probably could triple my money easily, especially if it goes to 20 cents. I mean, only has to go to 60 to to literally triple it. Nothing really. Oh god, everyone's asking questions now. Everyone's like, right, let's get the questions in because I want to see if he likes these. Most projects I don't like, to be fair. Do you think Solana will be okay long term? It depends if it can tell the time. It depends if it can fix its blockchain. Not Cardano, sorry. Solana does have potential, but it just seems to break all the time. Don't know why. Blockchain shouldn't break. Simple as that, but they do. I don't understand that. Elrond's okay, but it wouldn't be on my list to buy personally. But it's not a shit project, if that makes sense. But it's all right. It's a decent project. But I only allocate, and not many people know this, but I only allocate for like 4 altcoins. I've got 4 core coins that I have, which is basically Ethereum, Bitcoin, Polkadot, maybe another one. Maybe Cardano could be that one, to be fair. And then I got 4 altcoins, which is like maybe a layer 1, a layer 2, maybe an enterprise, and maybe something else. Who knows, right? Reef, what a coin that was. I so luckily got out of that just before it died. Made a little bit of profit. XRP, right? Everyone laughs at XRP, but that's been around for so long. If that goes low enough and the lawsuit's fine, it probably will do. It probably will survive. What we're waiting on, really, in my opinion, is survival. Like, how many coins will survive? Like, this just was like a rug pull now, doesn't it? Wow. Market's open in 25 minutes for real as well, by the way. So this may be completely mental later. I've not looked at Reef for a long, long time. Not a clue. Oh, what do you think about the Flare system? The Flare token. Is that the XRP? I thought that was like 2 years ago. They've still not released that. Oh my god, there's so many questions. I have no idea what half of these projects are, by the way. I know what engine. Engine's alright. How would a layer 1 blockchain run without gas? Or a funding mechanism? No idea. CPI update has already been done or released. It was shite data, basically. 8.3 and 6.3. Not good. But hey ho. Anyways, I'm going to go because these questions are mental. Everyone's taking advantage of me now. I feel abused. Anyways, thank you for joining. If you do like it, leave a like and a subscribe and all kinds of good stuff. But yeah, we'll do another one potentially on the index, not the index one, the interest rate hike potentially. We'll see.